Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Gary A. Swaby, and I'm here with Mr. Jakejames Lugo. How you doing, JJ?
I'm doing good, Gary. It's the holidays are upon us. It's right around the corner.
Indeed. And speaking of the holiday, you actually was just at an event, a convention, and I believe that was called Holiday Matsuri. So, I personally have never, heard of this event. So, yeah, I definitely want you to fill us all in and let us know what exactly this event is. So, what is Holiday Matsuri?
So Holiday Matsuri, it's a convention that's held up in Orlando, Florida, here down south. And I never actually been to it. This is the first time I was actually going to cover it. And I thought it was cool because I hear so many great things about Holiday Matsuri, where the main pitch for it is that it's a gaming and anime convention, with a little bit of otaku culture mixed into it, the combination of everything of which you would expect, but it has a holiday twist to it, meaning that Christmas, Hanukkah, etc., the holidays, as it would be. And it's cool because it's just before Christmas or it's during the time of Hanukkah, and it's pretty awesome because the people that go there have cosplay outfits and have different events, together, but it's all got a holiday twist to them. And I think that's pretty awesome. I have a huge gallery that I'm actually posting up on the Koalition website now that you guys are going to be able to see probably after this podcast discussion goes live alongside of it. And you'll be able to see all the cool outfits, the cosplay, the different things that I saw while I was out there. There were some creative things going down with a lot of people that dressed up, and I was pretty happy to be part of it.
Oh, awesome. So, did you actually attend this event as media or like were you just
Yeah,
attending
I
for media?
actually attended it. I actually attended it as media for us, for the coalition to go check it out. A lot of you guys down here in Florida know me. You've seen me at plenty of events where I've covered for us a bunch of local conventions because I think it's important not only to support your local scene, but also just to give a little bit of shine to some people or some places that don't get the shine that they deserve, or at least don't get the spotlight as much as the other bigger conventions and events that we cover, like the E3s, the Comic Cons, the PAXs. But you don't have to go thousands of miles away just to go to a major event. Even though that is cool and that is awesome, it's still good to support some of the local events that are around you. So that way you could get something big and something crazy and something fun, nearby, close to home, at least for me, because that way I don't have to catch a plane to go out there. But this one I covered it as media. Now I got a chance to see most of the events that were there, all the different costume contests that were there. I got a bunch of photographs from some of the winners and all the cool outfits that were there, including a lot of the outfits from people that were just walking around the floor. But also I got to see some of the other events that were there, including this crazy arcade that they had, this game room that they had for Holiday Matsuri. I think was awesome. It's probably one of the best that I've seen down here in Florida, where they had arcade machines for like classic fighting games, classic arcade games from like the 80s and early 90s. They even had setups of consoles, various different home consoles, including the current stuff like PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo, Wii U, and some Switch stuff here and there. But also they had like legacy retro consoles, so you could go and play like a Super Famicom game. You could go and play a Dreamcast game. You could go and play a PlayStation 1 game. All these different TV setups, which I thought was awesome. And then next to that, as if it wasn't good enough, they had a whole manga library. So if you just wanted to go and chill for like an hour before another event, you could go there and read some manga or buy some manga. And they had a bunch of contests alongside of it where you could win like a Nintendo Switch and a whole bunch of other cool stuff, which I thought was awesome.
Oh, that sounds good. So, were there a lot of like different stands and merchandise available for you to buy and, things of that nature?
Of course. Yeah, I had posted up, I'm going to post up some pictures of some of the dealer's room stuff, including some other cool things that I saw while I was in there. And there was a lot of merch for people to buy. Now, one of the notorious things with the was it cosplay costume conventions or just, conventions in general is that the dealer's room sometimes tends to be a little bit overpriced. This one wasn't really the case. I saw a couple places, were really reaching for their prices and some of their merchandise, but some other places were really good deals and some light, neat little goodies and nuggets of gold that you could find all over the place, including people were selling yukatas, people were selling retro consoles, retro gaming consoles, people were selling statues and figures and just, cosplay props. They even had the cosplay medics out there, which I thought was cool. I always see them at a bunch of the conventions down here where they're a group of people that help out different cosplayers by fixing up, different props or parts of their costume costumes that maybe break or get messed up, wear and tear, and it helps them to look good as they're walking through the convention. So you could just, it's kind of like a little pit stop for cosplayers, the little medic or kind of like, lifeline for them before their costume contest or anything else that they're going to do that weekend. So it was pretty awesome seeing that. There was a lot of stuff there. There was a little something for everybody in the middle of all the holiday cheer.
Cool. Were there also like any panels or anything like that? People talking and things of that nature.
Definitely. Definitely. Besides the costume contest, which were the big kind of like pool for a lot of people, they did have a bunch of other events. They had a lot of 18 plus events, which were towards the evening, where again, a lot of the younger adults, kids that are in college and older people that go to this could go there and just have fun, while out, have a good time amongst everybody else. Go to like a comedy show almost. J. Michael Tatum, who was one of the guests there, he does the voice of Sebastian from was Black Butler, and he does a lot of other voices in anime too. He had like this 18 plus panel where it was just him, just kind of getting up on stage and just kind of wilding out and talking with the audience, almost kind of like he was clowning them, like just totally just goofing on everybody. It was really fun. It was one of the more interesting panels that I went to that was just, again, just a joy and a pleasure to be there. But besides that, earlier in the day, they had a bunch of other panels, including anime viewing rooms. They had other kind of like workshop panels for different people that were local hosting them. They had a ton of different stuff, anime and gaming related discussions. They had a whole Kingdom Hearts anniversary panel where they kind of discussed the entire series, which I thought was cool. It was a little bit late in the day, like towards the evening, but it was still cool to see stuff like that going down all over the place. It was a big area because it was at the Marriott Marriott World Resort. Say that 3 times fast. Next to Disney. And it was a huge area, just of just places you could go to, with a Starbucks right in the middle of it, which I thought was funny. But it was a wide area that you could just walk around and see all these different panel rooms and all these different places to go to while you're just like perusing the area. It's not like so enclosed, it's not claustrophobic, but there was a lot there to check out, and a lot that was offered to everybody that attended that weekend.
Cool. So what was like your favorite cosplay that you saw? Do you have like a few favorites that you saw?
There was a couple really good ones, and it's tough to pick a favorite, but I did photograph some of my favorite ones that I did see out there. I mean, I saw a guy dressed up as Bumblebee that looked awesome. Like, he must have been on stilts or something, because he was just like tall and he had all this like tech on him. He had lights on there. What I loved is some of the cosplay outfits that were holiday themed, but had lights and other like holiday related items that were on them. There was a Batman that was dressed in red with the Batman outfit, but it was all red. He had a Santa Claus beard, and he just looked crazy. He was alongside of a Superman and a Wonder Woman that were holiday themed, which I thought was pretty cool. Then you had other outfits, related to like gaming properties. Like, there was a lot of Near Automata cosplay, and they were all holiday themed. So you had a bunch of 2Bs running around with like different red outfits or just holiday gowns and holiday dresses, holiday kind of like leotards and different stuff like that. Same thing with just a bunch of other costumes that I saw there. Overwatch was a big thing down there. So Gary, you would have had a ball down there. There was a lot of Overwatch cosplay that was holiday themed. There was a diva that I'm pretty sure I got a picture of in the gallery, that she had a sled that was like tied to her, and it had her stuff in there. She was giving away candy canes. It was pretty awesome. And then there was a whole group of Overwatch cosplayers that were dressed up as every hero that was part of the game, but they all were holiday themed, and they had a huge group photo that I got that was it with them, and it was pretty awesome. So there was a lot there to love. Again, once the gallery is up, guys, and you see it after you listen to this, or if it's up now, check it out as you're listening to this episode. It's pretty awesome. There's like over close to about 80 pictures that we chose for the gallery, but I got over like almost close to about 500 pictures that entire weekend as I was running around.
Oh wow, that's a lot of photos. Yeah, I did see some of the cosplay on your Instagram. I saw the
Hey, and
Christmas
definitely
ones.
check out definitely check out the Instagram, and definitely check out my Twitter, because there's even more exclusive pictures on there that there are not in the gallery. So there's a little something everywhere for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I like the Christmas Reaper. That's a pretty cool one.
There was 3 of
And,
them. There was 3 Christmas Reapers I saw. They were all different, which was crazy.
that's cool. And the Stormtroopers, that was another good one.
Oh yeah, there was a Gamorrean guard, or one of the Emperor's guards that was dressed in holiday, and he had this sign. I know I got a picture of it. He was under a tree, and he said, "Dear Santa, define good." And I thought that was like the most funniest thing I saw that weekend.
Yeah, I also saw like was there an outdoor section as well? Because I saw there was a fire pit or something in one of your pictures.
Yeah, now I didn't get any pictures for the gallery of that, but I did post it up on my Instagram, and I did a live stream really quickly while I was out there, talking about the event. Basically, the Marriott Hotel has a wide area. They have this whole section where you could go and you could chill. There's like a little lounge, there's a bar, but then they have this patio outside where it's in front of the big pool, and you could see like Old Town and a couple different spots in Disney out in the distance. But they have these fire pits they could just turn on and just go and chill there with everybody. I remember one night next to it. And then the next morning, I actually went down there and got to see it. A whole bunch of people just hanging out there. So people were like roasting marshmallows and just chilling out in front of the fire pits. I wish I would have gone with a bunch of cosplayers just to check it out and get a cool picture there. I got to do that next time, maybe next year if I go, because it's probably going to be in the same spot next year. Get a bunch of gatherings of like, different cosplayers of different like gaming properties or anime, and just take a picture of them just sitting out by the fireplace, like roasting marshmallows, making s'mores or something cute like that, because it was just cool to have that there. And it was cool just to be part of all that.
So, like from everything you've said so far, it seems like a pretty positive event. Did you find that the attendees were pretty positive and happy, or were there any like incidents or anything like that you know of?
So there was a lot of good. There was a couple bad things, which I'll get to in a second, but there wasn't anything like bad amongst the crowd or the people there. People there were very nice. People were very cool. There was one person that did pass out, which was a real shame, but they ended up getting medical treatment there. So you got to eat, guys. You got to make sure that you eat, make sure that you're properly hydrated, and make sure that you're amongst good people to keep your stamina and keep your hype up. So you go through the entire weekend. People sometimes they get too caught up on the fun, and maybe stuff happens and stuff, or they could have had a medical condition. They got to be careful. So always got to be aware of stuff like that when it goes down at events. We have to go through the same thing too. Like when we go to like E3, we go to PSX and stuff, because we just went to PSX not too long ago, me and Rich. So we had to think about that type of stuff, but it's important to keep that in mind. But overall, it was a lot of good. Now let's get to some of the negative stuffs, because I think it's important to talk about that. There was only one real negative thing I could say about Holiday Matsuri, and I think it's very important. And I hope that the staff and the people that run Holiday Matsuri are listening, because I think this is very important, because I would have gotten more content for us posted up on the Koalition of Holiday Matsuri if a couple of extra things were done, where I actually put in requests to do interviews with some of the guests there, because believe it or not, Gary, I told you about this. I was going to get interviews with two of the voice actors from Overwatch. That include the voice actors for Diva and the voice actor for Soldier 76. And I was really looking forward to that. And I was also going to get other interviews with a couple friends of mine, Nate Wants to Battle for Nathan Sharp, and also Dookie Shed, who's out there in Orlando. I actually said hi to him a couple times while we were walking around. We got to talk a little bit. And also J. Michael Tatum, who's, like I mentioned before, is the voice actor for Sebastian from Black Butler. Now, my biggest problem, Gary, and we've never really kind of like dealt with this too much in the past, and even me and like other events and stuff, where we didn't get any interviews, which I thought was a damn shame.
Wow.
And here's the part that really got to me, which was a little bit annoying. And again, I hope that staff is listening to this. They told me at one point that they were supposed to email me back, about interviews and stuff. And it's obviously to the discretion of the PR for the different people, because, that's what they do. They have agents and stuff. But if that was the case, I would have just gone to the PR. I would have gone directly to the PR, because I have a direct line with some of the people there. Some of them are personal friends of mine, like, was it Dookie Shed and stuff? I would have gone to them directly and asked them if they just wanted to talk and just appear on some of the videos, to actually, pop up on part of our coverage and stuff. But unfortunately, the staff didn't do that. And unfortunately, I had to go to the registration desk and ask them like, hey, what's up? Because, I'm doing a lot here. I'm covering a couple events, and I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff after I get back. What's the deal? And they really couldn't tell me anything. One of the things which I think is kind of rude, and I don't think it's really helpful, that they really got to work on that. And any event should keep this in mind. I know I'm picking on Holiday Matsuri a little bit, but any event, big or small, it needs to keep this in mind. Don't tell somebody you're going to email them and then just not email them, expecting them to be okay with that. You know what I mean, Gary?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And I think that's not cool, because of that, my coverage suffered, and I couldn't get any interviews like what I normally do, because you see me do this in the past, Gary, where I've gone to local events like ShadowCon, I've gone to, Anime Miami, I've gone to all these other different events down here, and even PAX, PSX and stuff, and I've done stuff with other people in videos. And it's a shame, because I would have wanted to post up more from Holiday Matsuri, because I had such a fun time at the event. That was the only real Debbie Downer, and I really wanted to talk and ask these people different questions that were there. But next time, hopefully that isn't the case. But other than that one little hiccup, I think it was still an awesome event. And I still think that if you're local to Florida and Orlando, I think you should definitely check it out, especially during the holidays. I think it's a lot of fun.
So was there a lot of like food on offer as well, like food and refreshments and stuff like that?
Not really. I mean, we had Starbucks there that was in the hotel and stuff, but you had to go off site to really get food. I mean, they had stuff you could buy at a convention, but the rule of thumb is really not to buy at the convention itself food and such because it's pretty expensive. It gets a little overpriced for some people. So you got to go off site to like a McDonald's or something, which is what we did for most of the time, especially for like lunch and stuff. But overall, they still had like little snacks there. They had the ramunes, they had the Japanese snacks, the pocky, the typical stuff you would expect at an anime and gaming convention. So that was pretty cool. I wish there was more holiday foods like at some of the vendors. I think that would have been really smart from them. Maybe it could have been a thing where they couldn't really bring a lot of food to the event, which might have been maybe not the case because again, there's like, the typical stands that you buy, like the traditional Japanese snacks or whatever. But I would have loved to see like somebody like have holiday snacks or even eggnog. Where was the eggnog? Is all I'm saying. Like I next year, I swear to God, when I go next year, eventually, I'm gonna be bringing some eggnog for people because that was missing, and I was like, come on, guys. You're slipping. You're slipping. Where's my eggnog right now? Where's the chestnut lattes? I mean, granted, Starbucks was there, but come on, where's the homemade stuff?
Yeah, yeah, they definitely should have had all that. They could have capitalized on, some Christmas snacks and
All
stuff.
I'm saying, I know. Here's the thing. I give a lot of credit to some of the cosplayers because, like I mentioned earlier, there were some people, including that Diva cosplayer, that was giving away. Was it candy canes? That was pretty cool. But where's all the Hershey Kisses? Where's all the holiday snacks, guys? Come on, you got to get more creative. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, I mean, this was Holiday Matsuri, but is there a regular Matsuri that people can go to as well?
No. They have other events here in Orlando and Tampa and stuff, but Holiday Matsuri, that's just the name of this event. At least from what my understanding, I never really got to have a conversation with any of the staff about that, which I would have liked to. If you guys are listening, I would have loved to have that. Maybe have you guys on TK Spotlight or one of our podcasts one time. I'm just saying. But from my understanding, it's just Holiday Matsuri is just the name, and they do this every year for the holidays.
Okay, that's cool. Well, yeah, that's really all the questions I had. Was there anything else in particular that you wanted to, kind of touch on with Holiday Matsuri?
Yeah, I just love being out there. Again, it was my first time checking out the event and covering it for us. I thought it was really fun. Really big shout outs to all the people that came up with clever costumes that were a holiday twist on some of their favorite characters. I think that's what makes the convention and the event special itself. Shout out to some of the different types of dancers and the numbers and the different types of like best cool events that were going on there during the opening and closing ceremonies. They had this thing called the Matsuri or Holiday Matsuri Ambassadors, where they kind of did like a K-pop or J-pop type of like routine, during like intermission or during the time like in between some of the judging for the costume contest. I thought that was very cool. So big shout outs to you guys because that looks like it was a lot of choreography, a lot of work to plan out, and that was really successful. So big shout outs to you all. Big shout outs to all the people that had came there, as guests, like the cosplay guests that I saw there, that they were pretty nice. They were pretty awesome. Some of them were judges for the costume contest, and it was cool to see y'all. I would have loved to see you guys maybe do a little bit more holiday themed outfits. I think that would have been clever to get into the spirit of things because, they went there, they went with their outfits, dressed up as like an Aloy or dressed up as, a character from Sword Art Online or anything else of the sort. But to get into the holiday spirit with everybody else, I think that would have gotten, bumped up the experience a few more points for me. But overall, great event. I can't wait to check it out next year. Hopefully you guys will allow us to come back there and check it out and, cover it. Hopefully we get to do more, post up more about it. And I hope to see some of you guys out there again, maybe at another event down here in Florida or at the next Holiday Matsuri.
Cool. Well, thanks for the recap on that. And yeah, sounds great. Definitely looking forward to hearing more of these reviews from you from these.
And definitely, I want to mention also, again, I've said it already a couple times. I'll say it again. Check out our gallery of all the images that we have posted up. I have it all, whole bunch of pictures there. Again, like I said, close to about 80 pictures that we have and featured on our gallery. I also have a bunch of album stuff on Facebook that I posted up. My Instagram and my Twitter has also exclusive photos that you guys are definitely going to want to check out. There's a ton of Holiday Matsuri all over the place that you guys are not going to want to miss.
Yep. And just to, just so people know where to go, what is your Instagram? Like, where can they find you?
So my Twitter first is at VenomousFatman1. Okay, which I'll probably leave some links in some of the description box stuff for everybody to check it out, as well as also my my Instagram is at Gamers with Gains, because there's another person on Instagram that says Gamer with Gains without the S, so they try to get confused. But there'll be links in the description box for you guys to check it out, so you guys could go directly to it, and you could just favorite the pictures on there, share with some of your friends. If you guys were at Holiday Matsuri and you got featured on our gallery or any of the pictures that I posted up, let us know. Let us know in the comment section. Tell us what's up. Share the pictures around, share with your friends, because there's a lot in there. There's a lot of cool outfits. So you might be surprised. You might see yourself featured in there.
Indeed. And definitely look out for the gallery at thekoalition.com. That's coalition with a K. And that's pretty much it for now. Thanks for listening, people. Peace.
Definitely. Take it easy, everybody.